It's mindset, skill set, systems, and standards. And to give you the Reader's Digest, right, is like I probably coach around mindset the most. And that's something that a lot of people, it either resonates with you or it doesn't. But I would say if, when Chase was asking about marketing or anybody's asking me about almost anything, I would tell you that mindset is probably the biggest hurdle that most people have with regard to most things. And if they're out of alignment with what they want. So you want better physical fitness in your life. You want a better relationship with your daughter or your mom. You want more business in your real estate company. Mindset is typically going to be the place where I can start with somebody and through a few different variations or shifts can make the biggest impact. And what I tell people is that mindset is primarily comprised of like typically three things. I can really boil it down to two, but the first one is how you think, right? So your mindset is comprised of how you think, which on the surface people go, okay, great, Keith, that's fine. Like on a little bit of a deeper level, like a more philosophical level, the thing I ask people is I was like, who taught you how to think? That's a question worth pondering for a while. Because for most people, it was this evolutionary process where you learned from friends, families, parents, mentors, teachers, and you didn't even know that they were teaching you how to think. You were just monkey see, monkey do as a child. There's a really good chance that you're not the best thinker. And I don't mean that as a shot to anybody. I think even personally, I have to stop sometimes and say, well, how am I thinking? Like, how am I thinking about X, Y, and Z? And so a lot of times, just simply as we know, like what you focus on expands, or you're going to get what you give. Like those sort of quippy phrases, we understand them, but they are so true in the sense of our mindset. So simply changing our approach or how we're thinking about things oftentimes can change our behavior or activity. So how you think is really important. Secondly, is like the relationships that you hold. Because typically we tend to resonate with people that are like us. So if I'm a crappy thinker about my physical fitness or my overall health, there's a good chance that like my top 5 friends are too, right? Because they're going to validate my behavior, maybe my poor eating habits or my lack of working out habits, or I'm going to justify my behavior by comparing myself to them, right? Well, they don't do it either, so that justifies me in not doing it. It must not be that big of a deal to not eat 100% correctly, because look at all these people that aren't doing it, right? We'll utilize other people that are like us to justify our own poor habits or behavior. So really the mindset aspect of it is it's a deep dive analysis into someone's person and their business to look at the mental framework that they currently have and the relationships that they currently have and see if there's any sort of adjustments or nuance there.